Our overall strategy is connecting new supply with existing demand. We got a very high focus on customers and execution, very focused on flow assurance and price discovery for producers, lowering cost and reducing risk of disruption for end users, and ultimately the creation of what I'd call a distribution value chain. We're essentially wellhead to refinery, and we're about in every link of the value chain.
We're very well situated to have significant growth over a number of years. We've been investing capital over the last 2 to 3 years to carve out a position, as I said, in gathering and processing, in dry gas storage and transportation, as well as our growing NGL business, which depends on our trucking and transportation, our rail, our storage, and our terminal operations all working together to provide that linkage between natural gas liquid suppliers in the Marcellus and Utica and our refinery and petrochemical customers on the eastern seaboard.
I can remember my first trip to Epping, a town of 79 people, in January of 11 when I first came out here. We hadn't even bought the land for the purchase of the property out here. Since then, we've built over 1.08 million barrels of storage here. We're loading over 150,000 barrels a day of crude oil out of the rail facility that you see behind us. We've also got another 75,000 barrels a day of pipeline capacity to travel down to our Dry Fork terminal, where you can get onto Tesoro High Plains Pipeline or Enbridge Pipeline. So our outbound capacity is quite large at this point in time. We can bring barrels into the facility through a Highland pipeline connection and through a Meadowlark pipeline connection. We also have 12 truck racks that can move over 96,000 barrels a day into the facility via truck loading, and we can also load barrels out of the facility as well.
The largest of our operating regions is around the Marcellus and Utica shale plays, and it's only fitting that's the largest natural gas reservoir in the country, second largest in the world. It's currently producing about 12 BCF a day of natural gas, about 1 million barrels a day of natural gas liquids, with expected growth up to 20 BCF a day of natural gas production and over 2 million barrels a day of natural gas liquids. So for any region to grow at that pace, we've got to have more infrastructure, and Crestwood is very well positioned to be a great infrastructure and midstream service provider.
Sharing with employees Crestwood's core values that safety is our #1 priority, the safety of our employees and the community that surrounds us. We have a commitment to the communities that we work in. We also have a commitment to the local and elected officials and regulatory agencies to comply with all laws and regulations.
We have a number of critical links in the midstream value chain where we're providing services to producers of rich gas, to producers and users of dry gas, to producers of natural gas liquids, and refiners and petrochemical users of natural gas liquids along the East Coast. Undeniably, our operations team up there understand that back here in Houston, safety is very important to us.